Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very last episode of Friendly Fire.
I'm your host, Sam, and I'm here with Thomas for the very last time.
We'll see you after this quick intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am Thomas, and this is Sam.
Hello.
And as we stated before that intro, it is the very last episode of Friendly Fire. How does that make you all feel? We're here with...
I'm Nolan.
I'm Icarus.
Thank you for joining us one last time.
I feel like I should be in a suit for like morning.
I feel, we should.
I need an umbrella.
Yeah.
I need to put a veil
Some
on.
shades so people can't see me crying.
Exactly.
But today is not about tragedy. It's not about loss. It is a celebration of the time that we have all spent together, and it has been a wonderful time at that. I'm so glad that we were able to do this show, even just like the first episodes. I can't imagine that we've done like 26 of them or something like that. It's a little insane.
Oh my God.
So yeah, at this point, I'm gonna turn it over, and we're gonna reminisce about our time working on the show. And the first question that I have for all of you is, what was your favorite memory from working on Friendly Fire?
Okay, I'm gonna begin. This is kind of like reminiscing about like how the show started. It started with us, because I remember the reason we ended up like paired up for talent is because we were just doing training rotations. So it was just to be like, okay, well, everyone's gonna do everything, and if you're on talent, you just gotta like talk for like an undisclosed amount of time so people know how to use the carnival songs. And it started with us just being like, it was what? Like Thomas Saves the World?
Yeah.
It wasn't even officially Friendly Fire.
What is now known as the Friendly Fire test episode was originally just a recorded training where I ramble about birds and carburetors and popcorn and something like that.
Oh my God.
And I posted it on my channel under the title of Thomas Saves the World, and it's since been adapted with the Friendly Fire branding, like just the same video. But it's funny how different they are, because it was literally just like, okay, talk. And I was like, I don't know, man.
It was bingo wheel of the brain.
Yes.
And now we've since coined that for our mid-rolls. So everything's connected. Do you have a memory?
Yeah, I think it was the four of us when we just could not stop laughing in Food Fight Part 1.
Oh my God, Food Fight Part 1
is
it's a relic of its time. And I don't think it can ever be topped.
Yeah.
I think that may be, and I said this before too, but it really might be the best answer that I've ever given to a question. Like not just in a setting like this. Like,
do you think that answer is applicable elsewhere? Like,
absolutely
so
not.
Let's do a little bit. Let's do a little bit of imagining here.
Improv.
I'm gonna ask. I'm a potential employer at your next job. Nolan, what is your greatest strength?
Whole seafood boil. That was my answer.
Yeah.
Whole seafood boil.
Yeah, I've never actually done that. I think I went to a seafood boil once and it was raining, so
I've never been to one and I've never experienced it, so I feel
don't
like
really
I'm
know what
missing
it
out.
is.
You just put a bunch of stuff in a pot.
Okay.
And then,
is that it? I thought the way you said it made it sound like it was some kind of big celebration.
No.
It is like it's like an event, but of course the context in which I was using it, it's a weapon. It's not.
It's a weapon.
But yeah, that was my favorite. Just us. I felt kind of bad because I felt like I derailed it because there was like it was like 5 whole minutes where nobody was like saying words. It was just a few words, a laugh, a few words, a laugh, a attempted few more words, but.
You know what? It really made the episode what it was. And I think that really defined the show what it is today, though, because it was just like, that was so amazing and iconic that we have to keep doing it. And I don't think we could ever recreate what that was.
How about you?
My favorite memory is also from season 1, the original bathroom bracket.
Oh
I thought
OG
most of
bathroom
the episode was going just okay. I was super self-conscious. I'm like, why did they ask me? Why did they pick me to do this? And then the holy toilet. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Was revealed, and there's just that really funny clip that we also showed at the gala, which I think is why this is my favorite moment. Just because I'm a little bit of like a, attention. Attention seeking, and I enjoyed it so much listening to the entire room of people who did not know me and I didn't know them at that time just laugh at me reacting to a bathroom with a stained glass window in it.
Listen, I'm always so nervous when it comes to like showing people outside of KMOS, like any of our episodes because I feel like no one's gonna find it funny. Like not a single person. Like no one's gonna find it as funny as I think it is. And I still think that to this day. I still sit here, I'm like, everyone in this room hates this show and they hate that they're here. And I'm like, that's literally.
Stemming from that, one of my favorite memories was immediately after the bathroom bracket, because this was the first like fully student-run production, because we've been doing Cinema Sit Down at the station. And I know that there are other shows in the past, but with this crew, specifically myself, Icarus, Nolan, and 2 others were hired all at the same time. So we did this round of training. None of us had really done a show. And we started doing Friendly Fire. And we did the bathroom bracket. The first episode I thought was just fine. It was more of a proof of concept than anything else. It was just the 2 of us. We didn't really know where we wanted to go with it. And then after the bathroom bracket, Josh Tomlinson, our executive producer and also just our boss and general manager of KMOS PBS, like the actual station, not just our goofball
the big man
department,
upstairs, kind of.
came into the room. He was like, well, this isn't exactly what I had envisioned when I allowed you guys to do this show, but, at least you guys seem to be having fun with it. And I like to think that at that moment he made a decision to not immediately cancel the show.
I
and just
appreciate that so
play.
much.
Yeah.
And it's funny because in one of our, our meetings, he said, well, bathroom bracket has become kind of like a staple of Friendly Fire. Like at some point, he just said that. When we said that we're shooting the second bathroom bracket, he was like, well, that's kind of become like, it's like thing. And I'm like, that's so crazy that you said that.
Which is interesting too.
Because I did not think that was something that would come out of your mouth.
Which is interesting for me because the second that we uploaded it, I forgot about it entirely. Which is generally how a lot of this show has gone for me, where it's
record,
just,
black out,
okay,
and then it's recorded.
On to the next one, move along.
Bathroom bracket actually helped me quite a bit because at the time, I had gotten hired, I had been at this school for 6 weeks, and bathroom bracket was one of the first things. I didn't know any of the bathrooms. I didn't know any of the buildings.
Oh, so we just helped you find bathrooms on campus?
Guide.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
You guys were going through, and I was like, don't know that one, don't know that one. That one's weird. Don't know that one. My favorite one was the Martin one with the erratically placed mirrors.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was the only one that I knew, and I was like, "This is a freak bathroom. This school is for weird people."
What did I get myself into going to this school?
Yeah, but no.
You still go to school with freaks, but now you've become one.
Yeah,
You've
blended in a little better.
a little better.
We talked a little bit about this already. So just very quickly, what are some of your guys' favorite episodes? So we've already got the original bathroom bracket and the original food fight. One that I would like to submit is the employment video from season 2.
Ooh, yeah, that was good.
I don't know exactly what it was, but something about that and just hearing some of the weird things that people had to deal with was just very fascinating to me. And again, it's sort of that lightning in a bottle that we tried to recapture, and hopefully we did. I thought we did.
I think we
a
did pretty
decent
good with the
enough
employment
job.
this one time around.
So some submissions from the rest of
The cryptid episode was good.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
The cryptid episode.
Oh, I forgot.
The beach episode was also good.
Yes.
Oh,
I liked
yeah,
that one a lot.
I liked it because I had my little ukulele and my. It was just everyone looked so good. Everyone just looked the part.
My outfit was weird.
Do you have a
your outfit in the beach episode is my favorite.
Yeah.
It was my favorite.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Animal Jam because when
Noah.
Noah pulled out a folder of pictures
so
of
funny.
animals.
Hilarious.
The pangolin.
Which he didn't tell us he was doing.
No, he just pulled it out. He showed us. He's like, I have a folder, and I'm like, okay. And then I didn't know what was in it. He just said that I have a folder. I was like, great. Why do you have that? And he's like, just wait, you'll find out.
Also, any excuse to talk about cows is a good excuse. I
real.
kind of forgot about Animal Jam. Yeah, no,
We
that
also
one was
have the
good
safari
too.
hats that Cass
Yes,
brought.
all the
Oh my
safari
God,
hats.
Cass.
Yeah, I love that.
I miss Cass. She
So-
was incredible.
On the same topic, what was your favorite mid-roll ad? So for the first and second season, we did mid-roll ads, which were mock ads of oftentimes real products or services that we took a funny spin on. And then the third season, Life, man, and then we went with the segmented Bingo Brain for a lot of the season. But the mid-roll ads were some of the most fun that I've ever had because almost every single one was a parody.
Yeah.
Especially a couple were parodies within parodies.
I like the back to school one. I just feel
That
like
might
that
be my
one
favorite.
is the best edited, the best put together.
I could probably
House
actually,
Flippers was also really funny.
Oh
I
my
really
God,
liked that one.
I
I liked
forgot
the
about House
silly
Flippers.
voices you guys were doing.
I-
Those two are up there.
That when we recorded it twice. The first time we recorded it, we were in front of this screen, a friend of the blue screen. It's around us, but we were over there.
Screen that's blue, it's over there.
It's blue over there too. And we recorded it, and we're like, we hated that. We have to do it again. And then we did it again, and I feel like I don't even know
I have never had more of a roller coaster of confidence in my entire life. Going into that, I felt so confident. I was like, I've got a bunch of silly little voices that I can do. I'm going to bust out all of them. And then while recording, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not as good at a lot of these voices as I thought I was. And then we got into the editing bay, uploaded all the footage, which we had just shot like 5 minutes ago, watched it back and was like, this is really bad. Because the original version of it is the two of us doing like Southern California Valley Girl voices.
We were trying. It was. I don't even remember. I think I chose to block it out because it was so bad. I really enjoyed the song Reset Gizmo a lot.
Yeah. One of the most cryptic things I've ever shot. And I've literally shot a cryptid hunting series.
Yeah, I think that one I don't like just because it unnerves me a little too much.
That's
like
the
I'm like
point,
it's just
though.
a little too unsettling. I don't know what about it. It's just
It was fun to film because we had to
skin.
keep refilming because we kept. I don't know if it kept breaking or not, or just because we just didn't like the shot. We had to. The lighting was the most annoying part shooting that one because we had to like do. Oh my god, I have. Anyways, do you have a favorite miracle?
Yeah, I liked Rent a Ghost.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was
That
a
was
good
just
one.
fun.
That was a good one.
That one might be one of our best ads that
Like,
we
just,
shot
like,
in like
shot
45
well.
minutes flat.
Yeah, because like we had
And
like the lights.
My
and
favorite thing is that Cal.
Yeah.
Cal is the ghost.
Cal is the ghost.
And just I don't know why that fact makes it so much better, but it
just
totally
is
does.
someone that you know quite well, just
Yeah.
like under. Like it was
Under,
a
under
tablecloth.
a like a
Yeah.
plastic
Plastic
tablecloth. It wasn't even a sheet. It was a
It
plastic
was so funny is that
tablecloth.
when we had to walk around, we had to give him his glasses back, so they would have like glasses over the sheet. It was so
Yeah.
good.
I think
It
the
was
final shot has the. Actually, I think most of the shots have the glasses
maybe.
on the
We'll have to
ghost.
go back and watch that. Should we send it to our mid-roll for this episode?
Yeah,
We have a
speaking
mid-roll
of
for
which,
this
we
episode.
have one final mid-roll for you all, and I hope that you thoroughly enjoy it. Speaking of, that was a really good transition. Thank you very
So
much.
good.
We're going to be back right after this quick ad.
From the producers of Friendly Fire, an all-new, totally original show, Friendly,
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Friendly.
hosted by award-winning producer Sam Federoff.
Hi.
All of the friendly conversation with none of the fire.
Highly recommend you go to the hospital or go to a dermatologist.
I want to give Mothman a hug. I feel like I would have enjoyed Aquaman a lot more if I saw it normally. Thank you so much for watching. Roll credit.
Friendly, coming soon on Every Day Not Ending with a Y.
You're certainly going to want to stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes if anything comes from it. Anyways, so
Next question
what
we
questions
got.
do you have?
What is your favorite mistake that we've made on
I
this
feel
show?
like me and you need to take the lead on this one because the two that I know that we're both thinking of are both in the end credits.
So, a little bit of context. At the time that we were making the show, I was enrolled in the advanced multimedia class, which is something that
We
teaches
just
you motion
finished
graphics.
that. Me and you, we're
Yes.
done with it.
And as we were working on it, I was like, okay, I'm going to take these things that I know now about the motion graphics program After Effects, and I'm going to use them for the show that we've just pitched. So I was making all of the stuff for the show as going along. So that's why there's like an increase of quality over time. It's just because I was just learning how the program worked.
Mm-hmm.
And in that, I had to come up with a brand package. We sat down and we made this like hand-drawn style that we've used for all of our branding throughout, as well as the animated intro. And as well as that, we had credits, which we've updated with the crew of the various people working here for the last year and a half. And at the end of the first season, we noticed at the very end of every single credits, it said copyright 2023. And that is usually fine, except for I spelled copyright wrong, and nobody caught it until the end.
Until the end. So for an entire
season
2 seasons.
No,
Was it?
yeah, it was the end. I believe it was the end of season 1. We finally fixed it for season 2.
Okay, and then
And I felt so good about myself. I was like, okay, we made that
everything's
screw up,
fixed,
and now
guys.
everything's
That's great.
fixed.
Okay, I want to.
About a month ago.
Yeah, so we were going through the credits again. We were watching it, and then you were like, "Did I spell it?" Because we have executive producer Josh Tomlinson. We spelled executive wrong. For all 3 seasons of Friendly Fire, executive is spelled executive for 3 whole seasons, and
I
no
feel like
one
it's very
caught it.
fitting.
It is.
It's the kind of thing where we realized it like episode 4 or 5 of season
like,
3.
what are we
We're like,
gonna
we're
do
so
about it
close to
now?
the end. We just got to own up to this and just commit. And that's why I was like, we got to talk about this on show. Otherwise, we're going to just look like morons. And if you address the
Hey, we
problems
look like
and your
morons
screw-ups-
anyway. We are DMP kids.
Yeah, we can't be expected to know how to spell.
Yeah,
guys. Come
we're
on.
not English people.
No, what
making
Adobe
video
needs to
things.
do is they need to put like autocorrect into
They
their
need to put,
software.
like-
Why does it not? I feel like it would not be that hard to add
That's
that
what I'm
to their
saying.
text feature. Why is there no autocorrect?
Not even autocorrect, just like
or just like well,
the
like
little
the little line if it's
like,
spelled
hey, you
wrong.
spelled
ding
this
dong.
wrong.
Yeah,
You spelled it wrong.
why is that not in Premiere?
If you can add AI to Photoshop.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. They have AI
If you-
in literally all of their programs.
just- I don't-
But not spell check.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
I don't
You can
understand.
make like a. What was it in like the commercial? It's like the Photoshop AI commercial where it's like the girl wants a unicorn. You can make a unicorn out of nothing, but you can't tell me that executive is wrong.
Right. Like you can't tell me that we spelled copyright
No,
wrong
that's
or
actually-
executive.
I mean,
Come on.
yes, it is your guys' fault because you didn't check it, but also
But
it's
also,
kind of
like,
on,
It's
why
Adobe's
does it
fault,
not?
it's not ours. But also, like, we had watched those credits so many times.
Every single
Do you,
episode
like
we watch
after the
after it rolls.
yeah, after the first, like, do you really watch it though? Like, you know what it says, so
True.
it's
Yeah,
like
well,
you're kind of
for-
just
I
but for, like,
see it.
you know what it's supposed
The
to
beginning
say.
of seasons when we're changing out the credits for who says what, like what everyone's names are, we watch through them pretty carefully to make sure everyone's name is spelled right. So you'd think that we would notice that, because if we're watching it pretty closely, we would notice it. But no, we
And
just.
also,
It's actually
I don't
scary.
want to say this and make it sound like I'm placing blame on anyone other than the two of us. But also, there are over the time of this show,
There's, like, a
there
lot
have
of
been
people
like
that have watched
20
this show
plus
and
people
nobody-
who have worked on this, and just I think it's incredibly funny that not a single person has been like.
Well, they also scroll really fast.
They do.
So
So if you haven't noticed it up until this point, forget that we said anything.
Yeah.
It
So-
actually is spelled completely correct, and we're gaslighting you. Because actually it's right.
been
Don't
right
even
this
worry
whole
about it.
time.
Now, once we roll the credits, everyone's gonna look for
So
it.
on that note of learning from mistakes, is there any? Actually, we forgot to ask our two.
Do you
guests.
have anything you can think of?
Yeah, you guys just admitted that you can't read, but a few episodes ago I admitted that I can't swim, and that was like a big deal. We
Hey,
went on
listen,
that for a
We
while.
will never let you live it down ever.
Yeah,
We're
well,
gonna go to. We're gonna
you said-
go.
No, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say we're gonna go to the local pool. We're gonna.
Yeah, see, and that's exactly what I was going to bring up. I believe that you said that you were going to drown me.
No, he said he was gonna drown
I don't
you.
remember that.
Because
If
I
did
said that I'm.
Maybe
really,
Leilani.
didn't mean it.
I remember because I said that I'm not a strong swimmer either, and then you made a comment that said,
Yeah, you
"Well, I
were my
guess I'm gonna
team.
drown both of you," and I was like, "You're threatening murder on live TV? Not live TV. This isn't live."
No idea.
Huh.
I think I was
So-
on TD that day.
I thought you
Unfortunately,
were.
there's no recorded
where I
proof
was.
of what you said. So
There's no recorded
Unfortunately,
proof ever.
because
Oh, were we talking about my mistake that I wanted to bring up?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
so
what we were getting into.
obviously, no one who's watching this show would know this, and including some of our new KMOS members. The first episode of season 2, directed by our lovely Cass,
We miss you.
did not get recorded the first time. We went through the entire
Yeah.
episode. We didn't catch it like halfway through or anything.
We
No, we
haven't
did. We
caught
filmed
it.
the whole episode. At the very end, we hear through someone's headphones. Oh shoot!
No, I remember
not that.
like
That's
it was
a very good
yesterday.
way to put it.
Cass coming down
She
into
comes
the
down
studio
head
going,
cong.
so that was great,
like-
really good episode.
She looks so-
Unfortunately, it wasn't recorded.
She
Yeah.
was so upset, and she apologized for it repeatedly. Now that's what
I was gonna say
happens-
my favorite thing about it is that now literally before every single one of
Any
our
shoot.
shows, without a fail, someone will be like, "Is the recording started?
recording.
Did
Start
you
recording."
start?
Because
did you
also
start
a
the recording?"
mistake happened recently for somebody to sit down, but that's also like
Yeah.
It was a tech issue. It wasn't
Yeah,
just
that
someone.
that was
wasn't
a
it,
tech
no.
issue.
So-
but
It
we
happens.
just every
Yeah.
single time.
If
make sure you
for
start
the new
recording.
people here, that's where the joke comes from.
So
did
please
happen and
Start your
Make sure
recording.
you
start
start
your recording. Yeah.
I have another mistake. I don't. It never got
This mistake
released.
was more just it was a conceptual mistake.
Hey, we had we had the color episode. Right?
Season 2, episode 3.
Wow. All right. I didn't know you know the exact number, loser. Anyways, but we recorded an entire episode in the beginning, and Izayah was on it, and
Kayla.
Kayla. real MVPs for recording 2 episodes. No, because I think Izayah left.
Izayah had to leave
joined us.
afterwards.
And so we recorded it, and I hated it so much that I'm like, we can't release that. Like, that's just, it is so bad.
The original concept.
I wanted to cry in the middle of the episode. I'm not even kidding.
We had
awful.
all these color cards from like Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever that had all these funky names, and we're like, oh, well, we're gonna essentially do Hangman.
It was gonna be Hangman. Oh, right.
And it was like, okay, so we're gonna give you hints, and you're gonna guess it. But the problem is that a lot of the names have absolutely nothing to do with the color.
That's not
so
true.
it was. I sort of got like 10 minutes before we got the first one, and we had like 30 color cards. And it was the first half of the episode before we had the first one down. We're like, this is not good. And similarly, end of the episode, everyone in the control room comes down and was like, all right, how do you think the show went? And we're like, does everyone have time to redo it?
Yeah, so we recorded it, and we did the just like guess the color instead, which was significant. We did the tier list. It was significantly better.
Yes.
And if anything, it's one of my favorite episodes now because I think it's hilarious. But yeah, that was an entire mistake of an episode, and it'll never be released ever because I hate it so much.
Is there anything that you think that we could have done better? Because I have a couple things, things that we've talked about over the season because the show has evolved a lot. And one of the things that I wish that we had grasped sooner is the actual like true reason that like all the episodes that we talked about being really good were really good is because it was never about like the stories that were being told. It was never about, you know, what the actual prompts were. It was about the relationship between our answers and figuring out things like this, the whole seafood boil and things like I'm trying to think of other good examples, but all of these things that come together and it's like aren't very subjective, but we can talk about at face value from a subjective point of view. I'm putting this in a really bad term.
I'm following.
But we realized early on that like subjective content didn't work very well. Things like the music one, where even between 3 members of the cast, it's like, oh, well, I really like this song. Other 2 people haven't heard it. We don't know how to comment on it.
That's why we never did anything on video games, never did anything on movies, and like TV shows or anything. And I think we could like touch on it, but it had to be really surface level because the music episode, I hate that one a lot because like we just are like, I like the song, and no one knows what you're talking about. And if you do, it's like only 2 people understand it, and one person's left out. So, and it just didn't work like that. So that's kind of why we eventually got that later on, but it took a minute. And, lessons learned, I guess.
So what we're trying to say is thank you very much for sticking with us. It has been an absolutely wild ride.
Let them talk about anything? Do you think we did fine?
I think you guys did great.
Yeah.
It's been an honor.
We're fishing for compliments from you guys.
Yeah. Well, you're catching some. It was good.
I want you guys to destroy us.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's
what the D&D show is for.
Yeah. No, you guys did great. I mean, yeah, we started here. None of us really knew what we were doing. You guys just ran with it though, and you figured it out. And I really love season 2.
Season 2 is the best season.
Because like the first season, there were a lot of kinks in it just because we were all kind of new to all of this, or newer. Season 2, like we all kind of found our personalities a little bit, and that's shown on, within the episodes and also within like the style of the, directing and the editing and the recording of it. Not that season 3 has been bad, but we're all stressed. This has been a miserable semester.
Yeah. It really has.
And that has unfortunately carried over into kind of all aspects of our lives. It's felt a little bit in the show, but I still think you guys have persevered, and you've done a lot of great work. I really respect both of you a lot.
Oh my God! I didn't expect that many compliments. Thank you.
Yeah, and on this end, one of the biggest mistakes I think we made that we didn't know was a mistake at the time was going bi-weekly. I thought it was going to be like, oh, it's going to be so much easier. We'll have extra time to do the mid-rolls.
No.
And it just everything felt so much more disorganized.
Yeah.
The release schedule has been awful, and that's the reason why is because we're bi-weekly. With recording going on and off with the D&D show, which I got, not to compliment a show, you're a guest here, but you've done a really good job producing that as well.
That show is incredible, honestly.
Just going between the two is like...
Because what happened is everyone's shows in KMOS had become so great. Like Real Time Roundtable is an incredible show with incredible productions.
And
then the D&D show, everything felt so like stable and organized, and then there's this.
We're like, we don't know what we're doing anymore, guys.
Like I'm in the beginning, we're like, hey, I don't have a rundown. Just go where you want to be on shoot today and stay there. And that is what happened today. So
with D&D, I walk in, I see who's there, and I start writing on a piece of paper.
yeah, but that's because there's a lot less people. But anyways, we've gone over time, so we need to wrap it up. But the point is, we learned a lot from the show, and it was been really lovely to learn how to be on talent. I didn't know that I could do this type of hosting thing at all until I started this show. I hated being on camera, and I still kind of do, but I'm a lot better about it now. And it's been great to be part of the show with you.
Yeah, it's been a great time working with you, because seriously, like, you always say, it's like, oh, I don't do anything. It's like the amount of nights where I'm just like, I just need help with, like, it'll be like the little things too, where I'm like, I just need help doing the rundown.
I'm like, I've done the rundown.
And I'm like, day saved. No, but you've done a great job of like helping keep things organized. You've been producing the heck out of this, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. But yeah, it's been great. I'm gonna miss the show. I'm excited to have a little bit more time, but I'm also gonna be really sad that I don't get to see this logo anymore. So, well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this really emotional-ish kind of journey with us.
It's really meant a lot to us.
Yeah.
Even though we've had our ups, we've had our downs, but we're always happy to keep doing it. And for everyone out there who is watching, thank you very much for sticking with us to the absolute very end. I cannot imagine what it's going to be like in a couple of years and just have like this huge catalog of like 30 episodes and watch like a year and a half of real time pass. But yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Congratulations on graduating. We'll miss you.
Oh God, don't remind me.
Nice one.
It's time to be put down.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I guess that's.
Yeah, and
that's it.
Yeah, I have one more piece. I know we're way over time, but to all the other shows that are going to follow this, things like the D&D show, things like Real Time, things like Cinema Sit Down, even though it's existed long before us, but the people who have worked on this show, I hope that you carry some of that spirit and a little bit of what we've learned and are able to adapt that into future content as well. And yeah, it's been a good time.
It has. Well, for the last time ever, thanks for watching Friendly Fire. I was gonna say see you next time, but we won't. Well,
see you never.
See you never.
I've been Thomas.
I'm Sam.
I'm Nolan.
Oh, I'm Icarus.
Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there, I guess.
Signing off.
Bye.
Thanks for keeping it friendly.
With friendly fire.